Thank you everyone for joining. I'm not prepared as well as I wanted to, but I think it's important to sync the team with the new features. I'm not sure I covered everything, but I'll do my best to align with the main new features handled mainly by Aviv, the documentation. And I'll show you today some capabilities that are not even released, but I expect it to be released very shortly. So it's not by order of importance. It's just a list, obviously AI created for us, and it's what was added since our last meeting, which was 5 weeks ago, I think on June 5th, something like this. I'll show main of the features in environment 24 because that's the up-to-date environment. So you might see things that are not fully released, but they'll be released very shortly. So the first item on the list is the menu. We went backwards and forwards with all sorts of concepts because the product became very complex to follow in terms of where you're standing. So we evolved eventually into two approaches how to navigate within the product. One, it's a 3-level menu on the left. So when you click on, when you hover actually, even on the menu, it opens the sub menu, and here it opens the 3rd level. We fixed the issue that David complained truthfully that if you go quickly, it would disappear. So now it waits a little bit, so it's more tolerated. So you can pretty comfortably move between the items. But I personally very much like using this new navigation option here at the top. So here you can see the same items on the same level. In this case, I'm in Guardian Agent, and here I can see the pages. So you can navigate here or here, it's the same thing. Choose whatever's comfortable for you. The AI Gateway has stretched to today to cover not only model routing and cost control, but also tool inspection. So it's a very important change, which allows the AI Gateway to act as a security product. So it's not only, if I go to the AI Gateway, it will be easier to see a policy. So the policies of the AI Gateway cover 3 aspects. It covers the models, so you can choose to respect what the agent has chosen. You can choose to enforce by the gateway a specific model for any agent, user group, or platform. And this is new, this is not fully released, but it's a very important capability of the AI Gateway, which Nechama is working on, is for the AI Gateway to choose the cheapest model suitable to achieve the goal of the agent. So if it's a simple task, for example, changing text or anything, if I'm talking about coding world, it will probably change it to a cheaper model, a simple model, which is typically cheaper. And here you can choose from what threshold we switch models. So if it's like 10% cheaper or more, we'll obviously switch to that model. And there's a new report here. It's actually here, sorry. Cost saving, which practically shows the organization how much money we have saved on the different requests due to both model routing as well as prompt caching. So prompt caching is a mechanism actually managed by the LLM provider, but it required the AI Gateway to support it in order to really save money. So we can show you how much we saved by model routing, by caching, and total saving in the company. Please feel free to ask any questions if you have. And the other important part in the AI gateway policies is the usage. So we can control usage by cost, tokens, or requests. We have action what to do when you reach the limit, to block the usage, to throttle it, or maybe to notify. And you can set different notification levels here. Maybe I want also 95% to notify. So this is all about usage control, and each one of these parameters can be enforced by value, period, and start date. So if it's cost, obviously it will be dollars. If it's tokens, it's tokens, and so on. And the last part, which is the item that was listed, it's a small part in the UI, but a very important differentiator from other AI gateways in the market, is the ability to perform both prompt and tool inspection. So now the AI gateway actually took over the place of the agent defender for many of the scenarios, because it's able to see which tools is the agent about to run, and these tools are evaluated with the agent auditing policy engine. And here you can set whether to use these inspection in real time or auditing only, or disable whatsoever. You can do it per policy, and here you can do it in general by default. This is the default. In this environment, it's auditing only, but I can choose anything that suits me, and I can always overwrite it on the policy level. So that was the real-time prompt inspection. We also did another important change, which is not very visible from terms of UI, but it was an architecture change, that we see the AI gateway as the center point of exit from the network to the models. Before the age of the AI gateway, everything would go through the Nexus, which is known as the private AI. But now we did a significant architecture change in which the firewall classification also uses the AI gateway. So it goes out to the network, not through the Nexus, but from the AI gateway. Why it's important? So for secure customer, like the government offices we work in, they don't want to open many connections to the internet. So they rather have one point of access, which is the Linux machine of the AI gateway, instead of having it through the Nexus or the admin portal on the Windows. So that's a change which is not reflected a lot in UI or functionality, but a very important change in the topology of the product. And it is managed here. I'm showing this more for the support engineers. So here in the site, you choose here, I think, where should the classification be done through. The AI gateway will be our default from now on, and which model to use through the AI gateway. So we are now leaning towards Google Gemma to be our best-in-class model for classification, but potentially this can be changed.
We need to set up the site level providers.
Can you explain more? What's the comment about? Sorry.
Yes, in order to use the site firewall classification using the AI gateway, we need to set up the providers for the AI gateway and the site level providers for the AI gateway.
Which is where?
Site management.
What do you mean by site management?
Yes, site AI firewall.
Yes.
And
this
site AI gateway, exactly.
Okay. That's more of a technical comment of Nadav, that you need to set now the models on the site level for the classification. So you must make sure These are set up here in order to use the AI gateway for classification. Added AI gateway auditing page to the end user. So we have an AI gateway page, auditing, sorry. Second, hope it will load.
Do we have any data flow diagrams in the wiki that need updating because of this update?
I'm
Any
not
questions
sure.
from Maya or something?
Good question. I'm not sure.
Sure.
Oh.
Yeah.
Failed. Okay, Aviv, can you open a task to fix this, please? I'll show it to you here. Not promising also, unfortunately. This should be captured by our automation too, okay?
כן, יש בעיקרון אוטומציה שנתנאל עשה שאני רוצה להוסיף לתוך הפרויקט של האוטומציות, שבודק את כל אחד מהדפים שהוא ניתן כמו שצריך.
Okay, for some reason I can't show it. I'll continue and fix this later. But
the demo account or your regular account?
I'm in a regular account here in 15, my regular account. Let me double check again, because it used to work, I'm sure. No, it's not working. Let's continue. What's new in this item is this AI agent auditing page is now available also for the end user. So the end user, if he goes to this site of the AI Guardian, he has an AI, I don't know if here it will load, it will suffer from the same issue. Probably suffer from the same issue, but now it should have the same auditing capabilities as an end user. I added an agent model report and map. So the auditing gives you like the picture, which agent uses which provider and model, okay? This is a very nice report. And you can sort it by clicking on the column, and you can filter it by clicking on this filter icon. So maybe I say all, I don't know, OpenAI.
יואב, מה זה העמודה של אפ?
That's the app. Sorry, I'm sticking to English too, just because it will be shared with our partners.
Okay, so what's the app column?
The app is the app that the agent has connected through.
Okay, we need to change the icons.
Yes, I agree. Sometimes it's the same 𝐸𝐸𝐾𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸, but it could be, this is dummy, it's a demo account, but it could be Office extension, and I don't know, maybe that's not a very good example, but not sure these examples are very good. The app, I'm not sure, is very helpful, but any case, the idea is that you can see the big picture, which models are used by which agent. And there's supposed to be also a map. Don't know if it's working. Shows you that like this in a more visual way. Okay, you can decide whether you want to add the map or not. I think the app are not very important, but you can see Codex using I don't know, Vertex and which models exactly is it used. So that's all about discovery of agent. We also added for the API key of the AI gateway. Where am I? An expiration date. So here, a key not necessarily is valid forever. Today, you can decide how long will it be valid for, a day, 90 days, or any custom number of days. It applies for human and non-human keys. And what we are now adding, or Nadav is adding actually, is the ability to authenticate to the gateway using OAuth and not API key. This is about to be released shortly, I hope, which is a more secure approach. In Shadow AI, we added a new report and enhanced the classifications of the different URLs. So if I go to Shadow AI in the list, so we added a new type of URL, which is AI provider. It's empty.
It's because it's disabled. I think we need BGD 15 to see this, not 24.
So go to my settings.
You can just go in settings and enable it.
I want to show it here because there are new things here. I hope I'll be able to show it to you. Bring the up-to-date list. Don't know why it has 10,000. I have no idea. Something is wrong here. It shouldn't be 10,000. Don't know why it's 10,000. I don't know why it jumped to 10,000 again. Need to check. But the important stuff is there are two new types of URLs. Maybe if you can check later why it jumped to 10,000 again, please.
Yep.
We have an API provider classification. So it's a short list of around 100 URLs of the common API providers like OpenAI, Anthropic, AWS Bedrock, AWS Mental, and some others, Fireworks. And whenever our proxy captures a traffic going to these these URLs, it indicates of an agent. So it serves us as part of the agent discovery process. So once you enable this, you can go to the Shadow AI and filter AI providers. If I see here request going to these AI providers, it means that I have agents inside my network that are contacting these AI providers, okay? And here, again, it's a little bit of a dummy info in this demo account, but you can see the concept. It will reveal the real agent as much as it can. It's not bulletproof, but many agents identify themselves in the user agent header of the request. So we'll try to take it from there, and also the identity of the user. And if the proxy is installed inside the network, you'll be able to really see the IP from which the agent is running from. And you have here a report that we've created. So this report shows you at high level the URLs. That's not very exciting, but important in terms of domains and block to access. But this is an important new report. It gives you every agent that we have captured and from which host we identify him to run from. So for example, GitHub Copilot, I found it in 12 machines in our demo environment. If I click here view, I can see the IP addresses. So it gives you like shadow agent discovery, which I found out to be a very strong need for the customers and feedbacks we got. They want to know, first of all, which agents they have running in the network. And this report on Shadow AI list gives you the ability to narrow down and investigate. Also, we added another category of URL, which is MCP. So also MCP, someone contacting an MCP indicates of an agent. So MCP is not about if it's AI or not. It's a type of request. Therefore, it's a different category. And if I go back to my list here, I can filter for only MCP. And here, there was supposed to be an icon. I don't know, it's not showing. To show the exact URL that, maybe let me show it to you in environment 30. When we identify someone accessing an MCP URL, it's a good suspicion that you have an agent consuming it. 1 minute. I hope it's 1 minute. Okay, let's continue until it loads.
Is there a difference between consuming AI from cloud providers to, let's say, people having AI on premise, and maybe developers are using agents that consume their resources? Are we able to see those?
Good question. I think the answer is yes, but I don't know, Ofer or Meir, do you know? Will we see, for example, with our customer in Israel that has a local LLM, will we see the request going to the local LLM also?
Depends on their network configuration.
I didn't understand what's the answer. Let's say I have here a local LLM here. We set maybe a local LLM here. How will this traffic be captured in our Shadow AI inspection? This. We need to add it to the, maybe what needs to be done,
Probably.
we need to add the URL here. We need to add let's say I have a local GPU. It won't capture everything unless it's in the pack, yeah? But let's say it's not that typically...
It doesn't need to be in the pack. If it's coming through the AI gateway, then it should be it should be listed in auditing anyway.
Oh, that's for sure, but we're referring to the shadow. Reuven, I think, was asking, let's say I have a developer who developed something and he's using a local LLM. So assuming the local LLM is here, like I need to add the address here.
Yeah, it's a bit more complicated than that because you can, it depends where the proxies is located. If the proxy is located in the cloud.
No, let's say it's on-prem. Otherwise,
if it's on-prem, yeah. If it's on-prem, then yeah. If it's included in the pack file, then yeah, you'll be able to see that usage.
So the answer, Reuven, to your question, if we don't know of the LLM and the GPU machine, we won't capture it because we don't currently take all of the company traffic, though it's on the roadmap of Meir, I must say, to analyze all company traffic. But for now, we don't do it. For now, we only analyze specific URLs just to not overload the Bastion proxy with all traffic. The plan for Meir is to analyze the URLs not from our proxy, from the proxy the customer has. Maybe he has Netscope or ForcePoint or Symantec in place. The plan, which is not yet available, is to analyze all of the URLs of the company and to pick them up. But for now, the simple answer to your question, how to identify a local agent using a local LLM, you need to add the URL somehow here. But maybe let's take it offline, or Meir, if you want to write down how to incorporate this better.
Okay.
Okay? In the prompt Guardian, we added the ability for override. So if I go here, let me see if now it's loaded. 1 second, I just want to go back to the Shadow AI list. I don't know. It was supposed to show an icon here in which you can see the exact URL, because under the same domain may be several MCP URLs. Going back to the next chapter, override options. Today, so I'll go back here. Under the policies, you have the following options. You have block, flag, and allow, which we're all familiar with. We have mask, meaning we replace the sensitive information with dummy data. Currently, it's doing it only for auditing, and soon it will do it before sending to the LLM. And what is added is block with override. Block with override means we give the user the option to say, okay, I understand the risk, but I still want to go through. Okay?
What's the benefit of having this option?
You don't want to harm the business operation. The worst thing we can do, or we might do, is prevent someone senior from doing his job because the classification did not properly pick up the policy. And it gives you, if you are a senior, you don't want to stop his work, even if it's the risk. You assume he understands the risk, and you give him the option, okay, I understand the risk, I still think it's okay, let me go through.
We once had one of the biggest banks in America that wanted this specifically for Microsoft Teams DLP. So
it's a pretty known paradigm. I think, let me show if it's in production, I can show you this live.
No, it's not, I guess.
Not yet in production. Okay. It's changed. I remember it was, but never mind. It shows you like a window, override, or cancel, or something like this. And when you choose override, it is well audited, so someone will see, okay, Rami decided to go ahead, he understands the risk, and that's what he decided.
Okay.
Small nice enhancement, the prompt auditing has become very ambiguous because there's a lot of parameters that we search by. If I open the advanced search here, so first of all, it's divided for some time into categories, but still, if I open all, you can see there's a lot of parameters. It's hard to find a way around. So we added two nice capabilities, I think. One is you can search here for something. So let's say I want agent, so I just write agent, so it opens the relevant section and marks it down. And secondly, you can just write in plain words here, I don't know, all prompts of Claude agent of Yoav. I hope it will work. And this creates the query by itself and performs the search, hopefully.
Hope so.
We need to work on the performance, Chaya, please. For some reason.
Another way of doing a good search when you've got so many different parameters is to have a fuzzy search, so it can try searching in all of them, all of the different places, and then give you some suggestions.
Okay, good idea. Now you can schedule the reports. If you go here, there's a I don't know why is it disabled.
Because there is no record.
Ah, okay, thank you. Seem to let me refresh the page.
Maybe notifications are not configured in this
Environment.
account.
Please add a tooltip for next version. Let's have a look at 15. So first of all, you can create a report. Let's say I want a specific one, for example, only Claude code. So I can search this and save it as default view. So anytime I go back to the auditing, only for me, it will show what I've saved as parameters. That's one nice capability. The other one is to export it. So we support to export it CSV, Excel, JSON, syslogs. And you can choose here which fields. And the third one is you can schedule. It's like the export, but you schedule when and to whom it will be sent. And what Meir recently added also is integration with SIEM systems. SIEMs are like systems that aggregate logs from a variety of sources. And there's a wiki page here explaining this, which was also a request that came from several partners and customers. So here there's a page explaining. There's not a lot to do in the UI. I don't know, is it in the UI already, Meir?
Yeah, it's in the UI, and there's a QA task for Aviv, but it's pending a couple of other things, like David creating a Splunk SIEM server for him to use. And
where is it in the UI, just so you
know? You can look for SIEM in the search. There's an account level and a site level one.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so this is the UI. Isn't it supposed to show you these names, Splunk, or it's seamless?
It's more about what to send. If your SIEM will tell you what formats, like how to send it, what host name to send it to, what format to receive it, that kind of thing.
Mm-hmm. Okay. We also support a nice small thing. We show in the prompt auditing chain of thought, meaning it explains in simple words what did the agent do. It's not fully working to my satisfaction, but it is there. I'll show you here. I'll show you some examples maybe here. It's relevant for agents. When an agent runs, so he puts the question and the answer, and here there's this link. I'll improve the UI, but for now, that's what it is. And I clicked here, and it will explain to me in human words, what did the agent attempt to do. Hopefully we'll see it in a second or two. So it gives you like the goals, the action, the decision, the result, and any issues, translating all of these arguments into something more readable by humans. We also support now Microsoft sensitivity labels. Microsoft sensitivity labels are a security measure offered by Microsoft. They're pretty popular, I feel, with most of our highly regulated customers. And it puts some metadata inside the file itself, securing it. For example, it can prevent downloading it, prevent copying it, prevent opening it, obviously. And it has an intense mechanism. And we have at least one opportunity, but I think I heard of it more than once, that wanted to rely on these sensitivity labels when identify if a content is sensitive. How is it incorporated in the product? If I go here to the, where is environment 24? If I go here to the data classification rules, I can now add the data. We have regular expression, NLP, and we have a sensitivity label. So sensitivity label is not configured here, but it shows you when it is configured, it shows you the exact labels fetched from the Microsoft tenant of the customer. So there's a setup you need to do. I guess here. You need to configure integration with Microsoft sensitivity labels. These values, and once you've configured them, within the data classification, you can choose labels. A label can be a project name, I don't know, public, private, anything the customer wants. We also support nested labels. Labels can be hierarchically managed, and these are supported. And once you have the rule, any content that is sent is inspected, and if it has a specific sensitivity level, it will match the policy, and in the policy you can decide what to do with it, block, flag, or anything like this. Reports. So the cost saving we've seen already. Added the ability to view auditing and content data directly from rows of the cost report. Let me show you this. So all of the cost report, which seems to be a very popular report, showing you how much money was spent and on what, is now more mature in terms of clicks. So I can click, for example, here, or event is the most important chart, I feel, when you demonstrate the product. And make sure when you click to click on question. It's the most meaningful demo. So if I click on question, I see the prompts that build up this cost that you've seen in the previous chart. And if I click on classification, I go to the raw data, more less relevant for the account, but more for the support, seeing the raw data, why it cost the way we thought it cost.
What's embedding?
Embedding is when you, for the private AI, when you upload content, it goes through a process in which it is converted to embedding. It's like a vectorical representation of the content to allow search using AI over all company data. So any content you add in the private AI goes through embedding. I must say that for now, there's also a sort of a bug, I'm not sure a bug, but also when you upload a file in ChatGPT here, for example, it goes through embedding. It's not needed, but that's how it works today. So it's the process of ingesting the content, converting it, into vectorical representation.
Okay, thank you.
We also made sure with the kind help of OFEC, I hope all reports are aligned. It was a lot of work with the same parameters. It's very confusing, and there's still work that we're doing, but I think we made very good progress. So for all reports, you should see more or less the same filters, which are platform, Teams, Excel, or anything like this, agent, model, provider. Also, please pay attention. We have agent project. Show you this in our production environment in a second, if I can find it. So projects are these entities. If I look in Codex or Cloud Code, these are projects, and it's a very nice feature that we can now apply cost reports and usage reports, and soon security policies based on projects. So these entities are reflected in our reports now. That's the project. I don't know if I have an example. Let me try in our production environment. This was the one that did not load, sorry. So here you see these projects came from the agents. Okay. Also scope, going back to your question, Rami, if you're not interested in embedding, so you can do maybe just questions, you can filter by question. You can also filter for the one who's using private AI to a specific assistant. If you want to know how much a specific assistant costs you, you can filter by non-human and human and users and group. And these filters hopefully now are identical for, or very similar from almost all reports across the platform. The next set of things are more about the private AI, which I think is a more narrow group of audience, but I'll do it quickly without showing. But just so you know, we invested a lot of time in documents OCR. We incorporated a new library that is very good. We've found in terms of results of OCRing documents. And we have now the ability to show the text that was extracted from the OCR. Let me see if I can show you an example. I don't have, sadly, I don't have an example, but it shows you exactly which OCR vendor was used. We have like the built-in and a more extended one. You can see the text that was extracted from the OCR. We invested a lot of resources into uploading a lot of data into the system. So now it shows you like a status report of all documents that were uploaded in a collection, how many are in each status of the embedding, new processing done, failed, number of tokens, how many of them went through OCR, and how much time did it take, because it's a heavy activity of the product. We made our upload process more robust, so if it fails, we don't digest again files that were already uploaded. We split large documents into smaller. If you have a document of, I don't know, 200 pages, we break it optionally to small parts in order to have it small enough to go into the context of the AI. We added options to set cost limit per user in the site admin. It was always needed to be done in the database. And also important thing that we did, the UI of role-based access was pretty not clear, I feel. We improved it a lot. So now you simply go to users and groups and users. And any user you want to, this is a demo account, so I can't do it. 1 second. Account managers, users and group. So you can edit the permissions. So let's say you have a user who's not able to sign in. So you can just click here, the edit, and choose the access level that is needed for that user. And it creates the relevant entity here. So it adds a record here automatically with the role-based access permissions of that user. But I feel it's now much easier to get your way around with, first of all, costs for the private AI and access level to the admin, workspace, AI Guardian, anything of that. We support SAML for authenticating to the admin site when installed locally, cloud-based potentially, but mainly locally, I think is relevant. And we now also added SSL SAML, which was not part of the previous version. And we also have a new capability. Is not fully ready, but I don't know, Hodaya, do you have an example to show us the video? Where can I see an example? Hodaya?
אולי ב-BGD 16?
Okay,
רגע, לבדוק.
see if I can show you an example. So we added the ability to transcribe audio and video using a local model, no internet access needed. And once you upload the transcript or the audio or the video, it transcribes it, and it also performs embedding. So you can search it like any, sorry for the UI here, but ignore the UI. But here it's in the audio video transcribe, I think. And so you can upload a file, an audio or a video file, and it will automatically go through transcription process using or a local model. We use Whisper, which is the leading local model, or an AWS Bedrock service. And eventually you'll get this and this is the same. You'll get something like this, that it shows you, but where's all the other UI of the summary, and where is it? Disappeared.
לא העליתי את זה למכונה, את השינויים.
Okay. So I'll show it to you next time. Can you show it? Can you show this to us now? Hodaya?
אני רגע בודקת.
But what it does, so it transcribe it. You can edit the speakers. We try to identify them ourselves. And what is added that I don't see here, you can ask using AI any question on the transcript, and you can also generate a meeting summary using Word templates you can modify to suit your business needs. Do you have anything to show?
רגע, זה עולה. הרצתי את זה עכשיו.
Maybe you can share your screen, please. Okay, so you can ask AI, ask any question on the transcript, or you can click the summary, and there's a template you can upload. There's a convention where to put the participants, the action items, the summary, the title, everything is configurable. You can do it using your own company template. It will generate a meeting based on Word using the template you have defined. That's the idea. It supports both video and audio. Thank you, Hodaya. And I think I reached the end of the hour and the end of the list. Any questions or comments? I'm sure I missed a lot, but that's the main parts, I think. Thank you, everybody, for joining.
Thanks.